Bitter criticism. Yesterday was a Portuguese day. I'm still not uploading the videos because I reached the limit of video uploading yesterday. Some wood over there. I don't remember how to say wood. This kind of wood. It's not lead. It's not leather. Well, there's another way to say wood. I don't remember, but yeah. So we are on the street, on the road. Here I am on the road again. On the road with the ladies, with the sport ladies. Yeah. Do you saw that catch? Well done, Murcy. Woo! So, beaches are fine. And we just lost the puppies. The puppies are just gone. And well, yesterday I recorded actually 3 videos in Portuguese. There were 3, but the very last one, I lost it. I lost because I was transferring to a laptop, and then I keep using the cell phone, and the cell phone got too overwhelmed. I don't know how to say it. Overuse. Understand? It was too much pressure on the cell phone. There was too much pressure on the cell phone, and the cell phone just give up. And that's how I lost a 48-minute video. I was talking about PCO. Back in Brazil, there's a political party, PCO, Partido da Causa Operária, the hard workers cause a party. What about that? Hard work. What about a party called Hard Workers? The hard workers. It's funny because there's some work there's not so hard. That's true. Just reading, for example, just reading is not hard. It's actually a hobby, Many people back in Brazil, I guess they hate me because I do this for free as a hobby. That's my take on. And many people speak in English too, I will not say names, but analysts in general, they hate me, I guess, because I do this for free. Never talk about money, because to me it's a hobby. For me, it's just a hobby. And that's it. It's just my hobby. Reading, reading is so great. Reading is so great. It changes your mind, Definitely, it's a pleasure to read, to speak English, to read in any other language, like Chinese, for example. I'm learning Chinese on Duolingo. Well, that's a pleasure. Definitely, that's a pleasure. Well, there's a real issue in PCO, as I was saying. I will show you this. Look, this hard workers cause party. This party, they have a newspaper. Actually, the newspaper is even older than the party. Can you see that there? So hard workers cause party. Partido da Causa Operária. They have this newspaper, the hard workers cause newspaper. This newspaper was cancelled by the internet. So I don't remember now, but there's a problem with social media. There's a huge problem on social media They are censoring everybody. I'll tell you right away. The big tech monopolies, they are canceling the Hard Workers Party website. They have well, to be honest with you, the best thing about this party is the Saturday analysis, Saturday, Tuesday, and in Brazil 24/7 too. There's Rui Costa Pimenta making an analysis only in Portuguese, but those analyses are great. They're so great, as great as any other English analyst, Rui Costa Pimenta. So why to speak Portuguese and how to speak Portuguese, how to learn Portuguese, Paulista Portuguese, by watching Rui Costa Pimenta every single Saturday on YouTube, CEO TV, Causa Operária TV, which is Hard Workers Cause TV. It's funny because, yeah, I just said hard workers is different than workers in general. Like, just reading news is not a work, you know? And, well, even like walking dogs, or look, the dog over there, I will show you what this dog are doing. And let me ask you if this is working. If this is hard working. I don't think so. Look, are you working, Tommy, over there? Are you working, boy? Yeah. What are you doing there, Tommy? So I'm working. Excuse me, I'm working. Oh, excuse me, Milu. Milu just beat me. Milu. Well, that's not hard working, you know. That's not hard working at all. But the matter of the fact is, in order to survive in capitalism, you need money, you know. So that's why people is not actually work. It's not actually work, but people pay you to take dogs, you know, to walk dogs or take care of dogs. And that's it. This is like we can survive without hard working. I would say it hard working, but you know, walking dogs and sitting dogs, taking care of dogs. Maybe people too. You have to apply psychology. You know, I guess applying psychology is better than coercive measures, than violence. That's my take on dogs and humans too. But Chilean and Brazilian society are kind of there's no hope for Chilean. Very specifically, there's no hope for good psychology in Chile. You know, there's no hope for autonomy. There's no hope for autonomy, for people's autonomy in Chile. Chile doesn't only have coercive measures in Chilean society. And of course, that's why they suicide, they die because of cancer. That's the reason, because they don't have a human society. Chileans don't have a human society, a complex human society. They are just slaves. That's the whole truth about. Well, so there's no more Causa Operária TV. I mean, there's no more Diário da Causa Operária. But I guess they're still CEO TV, I guess. Yeah, look, The COTV website, COTV YouTube page is there.
Mais uma coisa positiva, né? Vou mostrar aqui um vídeo, né? Presidente Maduro se posicionando.
But there's something wrong about. I'm trying to find the. I'm trying to find the analysis. I guess this is. Look, I guess this is. So these guys are Trotskyists. They are facing cancellation.
O Alexandre Moraes nunca teve a intenção de acabar com o bolsonarismo nem nada. Uma coisa que muita gente não
Well,
entende sobre o fascismo,
unfortunately, these people from PCO, the hard workers, the Causa Operária, Partido da Causa Operária. Unfortunately, these people are almost always right. And all the rest of the left in Brazil are almost always wrong. That's the bad issue about Brazil. They just quit on imperialism. Imperialism just controls Brazil. Imperialism absolutely controls Chile. Right here we don't have basic janitor water. I don't know how to say. We just have waste waters all over the place. We have this, all companies are privatized right here in Chile. And that sucks, that absolutely sucks. I'll show you a video from, well, I guess I show you a video. Look, here we are, look. This is wastewater, water full of shit. This is shit water. And Esval, the company, they do nothing, they can't do nothing because they only pursue profits. Can you see? This is only shit water right here in Chile. So supposedly, private companies are more efficient, but they can do nothing, you know? They do nothing. Well, I'm going to read some English news. So news in English. And well, people in Chile, they are suiciding. That's it. People in Chilean people, they normally suicide themselves. That's the question about neoliberalism and Chilean suicide people. And lack of basic water supply. So Russia Today, August 20, Musk responds to Trump's job offer. August 20, Home World News, the billionaire has stated he is willing to serve after GOP nominee floated, giving him an advisory role. Billionaire Elon Musk has expressed a willingness to take a position with the US government should Republican nominee Donald Trump be elected president. The GOP nominee recently suggested that he could give Musk an advisory role in his administration in the wake of the assassination attempt on Donald Trump last month. Musk publicly backed his candidacy, writing on X, "I fully endorse President Trump and hope for his rapid recovery." The businessman has adopted an increasingly critical stance toward the Democratic President Joe Biden in recent months. In a post on X on Thursday, Musk signaled to Trump, "I am willing to serve." One user suggested naming a department that Musk could head in the US government as the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, in apparent reference to the Doge meme. Doge meme. The Doge meme is a dog. And an apparent reference to the dog meme and the eponymous Dogecoin cryptocurrency. Commenting on the idea, the billionaire jokingly replied, "This is the perfect name." Speaking to Reuters on Monday, Trump described the tech tycoon as a very smart guy. Quote, "I certainly will appoint Musk to an advisory role. If he will do it, I certainly will," the Republican nominee said. Donald Trump, the Republican nominee. Last week, Musk staged a live interview with Trump on the X platform, which he owns. At one point during the conversation, Musk called on the presidential hopeful to establish a government efficiency commission to ensure that taxpayer money is better spent. He also offered to help out with such an endeavor, to which Trump replied that Musk will be ideal for the role. That's it. There's an interesting news here. Russia Today. I will show you. Dutch government pressed to reconsider ties with Kiev. Far-right MPs have asked top officials to comment on reports that Germany suspects Ukrainian involvement in the sabotage of Nord Stream. August 20, 2024, Home World News. We have a photograph, file photo, Geert Wilders. I guess this guy from the Netherlands. He was fascist, or yeah, maybe is more likely a globalist, a liberal, isn't it? But he's saying, well, let's read the news. Several Dutch prime minister, member of parliament from the right-wing Party for Freedom, PVV, have grilled the country's government whether it is prepared to consider. Oh, look! We had a visit today. Look, are you seeing that bird over there? Well, we had a visit, a very close visit, like a condor. Looks like the dictatorship is back in Chile. Dictatorship is back in Chile. Well, the PVV members, including leader Geert Wilders, submitted. Oh no! Just wait a second. Several Dutch members of parliament from the right-wing Party for Freedom (PVV) have grilled the country's government whether it is prepared to reconsider relations with Ukraine should it be found to have sabotaged the Nord Stream pipeline. There, three PVV members, including leader Geert Wilders, submitted a written query to the country's top officials, including Prime Minister Hendrikus Schoof, on Thursday, asking for their reaction to recent reports alleging that Germany had issued the first arrest warrant related to the Nord Stream explosion in September 2022. One of the main suspects is reportedly a Ukrainian official, a national identified as Vladimir Z. I guess I remember this. Yeah, the old guy in Corks region, 72 years old. Against this backdrop, the prime ministers inquired whether the Dutch government believed that Ukraine was indeed behind the attack, and whether Dutch intelligence had received any information about Kiev's possible involvement. They are saying that, yeah, no, this is a classical one. For example, just a movie everybody knows, the Schiller List from Steven Spielberg. I guess it's I don't remember actually the Schiller List. That is not important, but that movie about Second World War, Nazi, the Schiller List, Jew, Hollywood. Anyway, so when someone's died, just a second, Tommy, aqui, venga. I guess it's Schindler, the Schindler List, something from Steven Spielberg. There's a scene on that movie when some Jew in the Jew camp, dies, and something wrong happened, and the soldier asks whose fault was. And some little child, a Jew child, of course, said that one. It was the dad's fault because he's already dead. Understand? He was already dead. So that's it. Who blew up the Nord Stream 2? Who was? Everybody knows it was. Even if it was Ukraine, Ukraine doesn't exist, Ukraine never was a country. Ukraine never was a country. And since NATO arrival, let's say in the 90s, maybe in the 2000s, in the 2000s, well, Ukraine was ruled by NATO, of course. Of what it means by the hegemon, which means by imperialism, by the United States of America, by the deep state of United States of America. So who blew the Nord Stream 2? America, of course. Not Ukraine. Well, Ukraine is just a pawn, is just an asset. That's it. They against this backdrop, the member of parliament inquired whether the Dutch government believed that Ukraine was indeed behind the attack, and whether Dutch intelligence had received any information about Kiev's possible involvement. They also asked whether the officials agreed that the attack on energy infrastructure that is also relevant to us, is a very serious crime. Yeah, hypocrisy, absolute hypocrisy. Quote, do you agree that if Ukraine were indeed behind this attack, this could not remain without consequences for the relationship between the Netherlands and Ukraine? Are you prepared to reconsider that relationship? The lawmakers added, well, I'll tell you, these Netherlands people, they are being hypocritical, 100% hypocritical, because they are a NATO country also. So NATO is scrambling. The West is scrambling. There's people, even from the right wing, they don't want any more this stupid war. In a separate letter, they also asked for comment on a Wall Street Journal report claiming that Vladimir Zelensky gave the initial order to bomb the crucial pipeline connecting Russia and Germany, which, prior to the Ukraine conflict, was responsible for a significant share of EU gas imports. Ukraine has denied any involvement. Quote, "If it is true that President Zelensky knew in advance about the attack, can you indicate that the consequences are? If not, why not?" The letter read. Many have questioned the Ukrainian leader's legitimacy after his presidential term officially ended in May, while Dutch government officials have yet to respond. Foreign Minister Caspar Velkamp previously said that despite the Wall Street Journal report, quote, "We stand firmly behind Ukraine and support the country in the fight against Russia," adding that the entire cabinet is behind this. He also refrained from speculating on the culprits behind the attack until the investigation is completed. The PVV, which holds 37 of the 150 seats in the lower house of the Dutch parliament, has been skeptical about helping Ukraine, with Wilders arguing that the Netherlands should focus on its own defense. Russian President Vladimir Putin has accused US intelligence services of having orchestrated the sabotage, suggesting that not everyone has the technological capabilities to carry out such an attack. I absolutely agree with Putin. Yeah, Ukrainian people, they are just countrymen. They are just I forgot now. People from the country, cultivating land, agricultures. They are peasants. Yeah, Ukrainian people are peasants. They never saw a missile on their life, but now, and well, they are chicken out like every other chicken people like me, for example, running away from violence. I saw a lot of Ukrainian refugees here in Chile, Ukrainian young men escaping from Ukraine. I just read a Al Jazeera article about how Ukrainian people are trying to skip trying to go away from Ukraine was normally terrible. Well, there was plenty of news in Russia today, August 20, like this one. Zelensky lashes out at West. I'm not sure what is lashes out on West. The Ukrainian leader has called on his backers to be bolder in giving Kiev long-range weapons without fear of Russia's reaction. We have a photograph, Vladimir Zelensky from RAA Novosti. Anyway, the West should agree to Ukrainian requests for long-range weapons without concern for Russia's potential reaction, Vladimir Zelensky has said. The Ukrainian leader claimed that Kiev's incursion into Russia's Kursk region proves that Moscow has no red lines. According to the defense ministry in Moscow, Russian forces have killed more than 3,400 Ukrainian troops and destroyed around 400 pieces of military hardware in Kiev's ongoing cross-border attack. The assault began on August 6th and is the largest of its kind on Russian territory since hostilities erupted between Moscow and Kiev in February 2022. Russia has alleged that Ukrainian troops have been using Western-supplied weapons in the operation, claims that have seemingly been supported by reports in the Western media. A number of Kiev's backers have also publicly given it the green light to use weapons they have provided on Russian soil. In an address to Ukrainian ambassadors on Monday, Zelensky urged them to keep, quote, continue convincing our partners to support Ukraine to the maximum to make sure they are in synchrony with us in their determination. Quote, if our partners feel all the current restrictions on the use of weapons on Russian territory, we will not need to physically enter, particularly the Kursk region, to protect our Ukrainian citizens in the border countries, the Ukrainian leaders insisted. Well, there's no hope for Zelensky or Ukraine, you know. What the hell will be to deploy weapons and keep the 2024 borders if they just lost the Donbass and I don't remember the other region, Donbass and well the southeast Ukraine. I don't remember now. Donbass and well I forgot now. But what's the point on try to, well, it's just propaganda. Kursk region is just propaganda. Stupid Zelensky. Zelensky, I guess, is a deep state actor. He's a deep state actor. Maybe he's not human. Maybe he's a robot, you know. Maybe Zelensky is an android. Maybe Zelensky is an android. That will be the headline, I guess. If our partners lifted, just one second. Quote, if our partners lifted all the current restrictions to the use of weapons on Russian territory, we will not need to physically enter, particularly in the Kursk region, to protect our Ukrainian citizens in the border communities, the Ukrainian leader insisted. I don't remember the name of the Ukrainian regions. Now they are Russian. Anyway, and Zelensky is saying nothing about get back Donbass. He went on to lament that for now we cannot use all the weapons at our disposal to eliminate Russian terrorists where they are. Zelensky also called for Kiev's Western backers not to fear a potential escalation from Moscow. He cited Russia's supposed inability to defend its territory after Kiev crosses the strictest of all the red lines that Russia has. According to the Ukrainian leader, this proves that all of Moscow's other red lines are also illusory. Last Friday, Zelensky took the UK to task for supposedly failing on its support. According to media reports, London has refused to allow Kiev to use Nord Stream Storm Shadow missiles in its offensive in Kursk. Speaking the same day, Russian Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova told journalists that for the first time Kursk region was hit by Western-made rockets, most likely from an American HIMARS. On Monday, Moscow's top diplomat Sergei Lavrov claimed that Zelensky would never have decided to attack Russian territory if the United States had not instructed him to do this. Yeah, definitely, Sergei Lavrov. That's absolutely the whole truth. Zelensky got instructions, you know. Zelensky is an actor with instructions, you know. He's not the Ukrainian president. He's not the president of Ukrainian people, you know. That's the question. Isn't it, Tommy? Isn't it, Monster? Monster Tommy. Monster Tommy. I will free you, Tommy. Yeah, you're free again. There was some sound, you know, Tommy. These dogs reacted to something. Go, Tommy. These dogs over there, they reacted to something that was not nice because even if Tommy doesn't attack people. If you want to came to catch me, Tommy will not attack you, but Milou will attack you, the little one, and Mursi also too. So if they don't know you and they don't know nothing, they know nobody. These dogs don't know nobody. This is a thriller story. Those dogs didn't know nobody. Do you saw the Tommy's face over there? Well, Tommy, he was like socialized. He was not socialized, but by socialism, but socialized. Anyway, Tommy doesn't attack humans because of genetics, I guess. But he is part of the pack, you know? Tommy is one of the pack. And if the pack decides to attack the human being, forget about it. Forget about it. So Tommy's a nice dog. But he can attack he can attack actually human beings. As I tell you. Anyway, just one more from Russia Today and then CGTN. August 20, 2024, home world news. Trump left NATO in tatters by them. The US president has complained that he had to spend almost 200 hours in discussions to reunite the bloc. Can you see Biden the globalist? Biden the globalist. We have a photograph here. Look. So is Trump with US President Donald Trump meets NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg in December 2019. Donald Trump damaged NATO unity by putting American interests first during his time in the White House. US President Joe Biden has said, yeah, that's better. You know, if Americans vote Democrats, they are I forgot. They are just like the Republicans. Whoever votes Republican is guilty of whatever America does. Biden, who last month dropped out of the 2024 presidential race in favor of Vice President Kamala Harris, lashed out at the Republican nominee during a speech at the Democratic National Convention in Chicago on Monday. One of his lines of attack was over the damage he claimed Trump had done to NATO during his term as president. Quote, when Trump left office, Europe in NATO was in tatters, not a joke. The America First doctrine changed our whole image in the world. Biden said, referring to the key policy of Trump's 2016 and 2020 presidency. Trump has accused European members of the US-led bloc of being freeloaders who fail to spread enough on their military and instead rely on American protection for national security. The Republican has also claimed that while in office, he threatened to renege on the U.S. commitment to defend delinquent NATO nations. Biden told Democratic delegates that he has spent some 190 hours talking to heads of states in Europe, mending relations after Trump. Quote, we united Europe like it had been united for years, adding Finland and Sweden to NATO, he stated. The two previously neutral Nordic nations joined the bloc amid the Ukraine conflict. I guess I'm not going to Sweden anymore. What about that? Not Sweden nor Finland. The president claimed that the late Henry Kissinger had called him days before his death. In November 2023 to praise him. According to Biden, Kissinger said Europe had been looking at Russia with dread since Napoleonic times. Kissinger said Europe had been looking at Russia with dread since Napoleonic times until now. What? Napoleonic times. Interesting, because who knows, you know? Napoleonic times, So Europe is afraid of the Tsar. Anyway, so Russia is a whole different country. Russia is a whole different story. Napoleon invaded Russia in 1812, but later retreated with his army in tatters. Trump has cited the example, saying, quote, they've defeated Hitler, they defeated Napoleon, to explain why he considers Moscow a formidable military adversary that should not be tested on the battlefield. Yeah. I'm not. Well, definitely Trump will try to invade South America, but would just be easy about South America. Take it easy, because South America is right now controlled. South America will be forever controlled, in my opinion. This is just my opinion. I'm not a fascist, understand? Well, that was just Russia Today. That was only Russia Today. I will try to read some briefing news from CGTN. I hope it's short. 3 minutes read. Yeah, I will try. China, August 20, 2024 official. China-Africa Economic Trade Cooperation escalating new heights. We have a photograph. Look. Oh, I lost my time showing you the photograph. This is a photograph of the press conference on the 2024 summit of the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation held in the Chinese capital of Beijing, August 20. China-Africa Economic and Trade Cooperation has continued to escalate to scale new heights since 2021 Forum on China-Africa Cooperation, FOCAC, delivering tangible benefits to the people of both China and Africa. Assistant Minister of Commerce Tang Wenhong said on Tuesday. In 2021, the 8th Ministerial Conference of the FOCAC was held successfully. At the opening ceremony, Chinese President Xi Jinping announced that China and Africa had jointly prepared the China-Africa Cooperation Vision 2023 under the first 3-year plan of this vision. China will work closely with African countries to implement the 9th program, Tang said. Since the conference, the Ministry of Commerce, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and the China International Development Cooperation Agency, together with other members of the Chinese Follow-up Committee of FOCAC, have strengthened coordination and worked closely with Africa to fully implement the 9 programs, which utmost effort, taking China-Africa trade and economic cooperation to new heights, and substantially increasing the well-being of the peoples of both regions, Tang added. Well, I'm going to do my yoga now. There's more news there. I couldn't did it in so little time. But here we go with Daniel Jadue as usual. He is still in prison. Chilean perennial dictatorship as always. Chile is always been a dictatorship. Chilean perennial dictatorship. Chase Daniel Jadue is in prison now, but free Daniel Jadue, free Daniel Jadue.
Ya. Tengo entendido que no. Perfecto. Pero digo, oye, ¿sabes quién a propósito está en Recoleta y muy contento, un campeón de América? ¿Sí? Agustín Cucho Salvatierra, defensa central de Colo-Colo, fue parte del plantel campeón de América el año 91, hace clases en Recoletas, usted un rato para las niñas y los niños, en el estadio Chacabuco de Recoletas, de lunes a viernes de 5 de la tarde a 7 de la tarde. Agustín Cucho Salvatierra está muy contento, hace 2 años en la comuna de Recoleta. Hacemos un alto pequeño y ya seguimos dialogando sin maquillaje, con pensamiento crítico y la presencia del alcalde Daniel Jadue a través de sus redes sociales.
Just 1 second, I spotted some dogs over there. I'm going to record them. Look, I'm going to do something different now. Can you see the dogs over there? Well, there's more dogs. The dogs just take their way to the other side. But to go there, you should take that side. Well, the truck is just past. You go there and you came here and you go with the dogs over there. So the dogs are very small animals. Just only my dogs are stupid. I'm not sure about that. Well, I guess my dog will survive in the wilderness, in the wild. But for example, Mursi got an injury. He got, I guess she got hit by a car. That's it. There's no more dogs over there. But I have no more time for recording my yoga session. That's it. Well, Tommy, he definitely cannot go with the other dogs. And that's it. Free Daniel Jadue. Jadue libre. Woo!